I'm grateful to have the opportunity to show you around OSTLMS and the different features that it has as you work to manage your 21st century program. Now, this is the page that you see when you first log in. The only real thing that you have here is your attendance percentage that's being provided to you on a daily basis, so you know immediately how everybody is doing in your program. So that can be kind of exciting for some people. When we start talking about grantees and centers and what's happening there, of course, you can set up your budget and your objectives in here and your operations and your staffing. But one of the most important and the most exciting parts of OSTLMS is this whole idea of grantee objectives. We look at this a little bit differently. We know that really the program operates based upon these objectives. This is what we said we're going to do. And so the entire program is organized around what we said we're going to do. So when we add these objectives, not only are we putting the objective in, for instance, this one is an academic objective. Not only do we put this objective in and we say how we're going to measure it, how often we're going to do it, and then we give a status report on that, but we also then align our objective to the state objectives that have been determined by your state. That is what they're actually being judged on as well. So their program as a state level is being evaluated on what it is that you're doing. So not only do you align it here, but then you weight it according to its importance. So if this is a level 6, then you make it really important. If it's a level 1, not so important, you determine it there. You submit that, and that just gets saved in. But what's really exciting is that when we go over here to activities, and we add, let's say, a new activity. So let's go ahead and select our center, and then the activity, I'm just going to put in here tutoring. Now, we know that that's, the rest of this is just basic setup stuff. But what's really important is that we go down here and you see here are your objectives. So then you mark which objectives does this activity actually pertain to and what priority level is it, or how much does it actually pertain to this objective. So this first objective here is academic. So this one's a very, very strong correlation to the academic objective. But you know, it might also be enrichment, but a very weak correlation. So we just select that one also. So we set all of that up, and then again, at the end of the year, you have the ability, at the end of it, really at any time, you have the ability to go in and run a report and just see, are you offering activities that are aligned with your objectives, and how frequently and how important is all of this stuff? It really begins to give us cool data when we look at the end of the year and see how students have performed and see how we have prioritized things along the way. So the rest of OSTLMS is really the basic setup stuff where you put in your schools, your teachers, your students, and your activities. And then, of course, you go in and take attendance in your activities, which is a very simple thing to do. You just mark when they're present. Lucy was here every day except for that one. You can do this on a daily basis. You can do it on a monthly basis. Really completely up to you, whatever your program demands. And then when we go to report, we have a very, very robust summary report. So you just select the year that you want to see, and boom, it's giving you all of the information that you need to see. Not only for the current year, which is all right here, but it's giving you the previous year as well, so that you can kind of monitor where you're at along the way. And then it's also telling you how your activities are based out, what types of things you're doing, when you're doing them, and then of course your attendance rates down here. The final thing I'm going to show you just as an overview is to understand the depth of student data that's available. So you go in here, and this is where you actually put your reading and math scores on your state standardized test. It has the ability for you to put in your beginning year, middle year, end of year if you use 3 measures, or beginning and end if you only use 2, as well as reading grades and math grades. And in the setup process for your particular area, it's already determined what proficiency is. So students who are scoring proficient, of course, are coming in green. And students who are scoring less than proficient are coming in as red. And if you have students near proficiency, then it would be yellow. So it helps you to monitor exactly what's going on with your students all the time. And then not only can you do that, you can also filter it and say, well, show me students who have been here at least 15 days, but not more than 30 days. How are they doing? Or by grade level. Whatever you want to do with this, it's absolutely able for you to perform it. That's the flexibility that OSTLMS has to offer. The real value of OSTLMS is in the data that you receive at the end of the year. So when you go back and look at, okay, what did we do? That's one thing. But how effective was it is another. And OSTLMS is the product that allows you to know how effective your program is.